this NBA season. He's getting his opportunities, making the most. Roy goes inside and posterizes. Check some.
Senegal gets a poster early in the year.
The crowd oohing it.
10 for Brandon. Step back three is short. Rebound picked up by Smith. Roy then takes it away. Baseline around Anderson. Missed it, but followed it in.
That's why he is #1 in the NBA at second chance points.
Out of his hands. Brandon, another three.
Again! Why do you want it out of his hands when you got the Roy on the other side?
Timeout, Denver. Listen to the Rose Garden. Blazers have their largest lead of the night, and Roy with 41.
Welcome back to Athlete Archives. In this episode, we revisit Brandon Roy, a player whose career ended far earlier than it should have. Roy was born and raised in Seattle, Washington, a basketball city built on toughness, fundamentals, and accountability. At Garfield High School, he was surrounded by history, but never hype. He stayed home for college, choosing the University of Washington. He wasn't a one-and-done prospect. Each season, his role grew. By his senior year, he controlled pace and pressure.
I had a chance to really sit down with Coach Romar. He said, you know, if you come to college, I'll do everything I can in my power to make you a good basketball player, but I'll also try to help make you a better person. After I had that conversation with him, you know, I was totally set on, hey, I want to go to college and I want to develop as a player and as a better person.
In the 2006 NBA draft, Brandon Roy was selected 6th overall. Portland acquired him on draft night. The Trailblazers needed stability. Roy provided it immediately. As a rookie, he looked composed. He scored efficiently, defended bigger players, closed games. He was named Rookie of the Year.
I mean, it just tells, the season that I've had. But I have to first start by, thanking Kevin Pritchard for drafting me, Coach Nate for coaching me. Every day out there this season, they did a great job of help developing me and allowing me to play my game. So, to win that many first place votes, it's a dream come true. I'm still smiling.
From 2008 to 2010, Roy entered his prime. A 3-time All-Star, an All-NBA selection.
By Smith, Roy then takes it away. Baseline around Anderson, missed it, but followed it in.
That's why he is #1 in the NBA at second chance points.
And all of a sudden, he's suddenly the man to stop for defense. Roy scores again. Aldridge trying to get a pick. Roy steps through. Here's a long two by Brandon. Got it with 1 on the clock. Another one's supposed to Carter. Roy goes baseline. Carter goes down, and Brandon hits the short to Carter. Tough fadeaway, but we see him hit that all. Shot clock at 8. Brandon Roy turns the corner. There's a floater. It's 53 for Roy.
As they're scoring.
Roy splits the double, takes it, and Anderson scores with the left.
See how they handle it.
Bayless to Roy to get the 3 back. He does.
Boy, and that was simply because they were worried about checking Bayless. Bayless found Roy in that corner.
They want the ball out of his hands. Brandon, another 3.
Again! Why do you want it out of his hands when you got the Roy on the other side? Yeah!
biggest lead of the night, and Roy with 41.
Right, now penetrates to the hoop and banks it too hard. Rebound tapped to Roy, though. Brandon's open three-pointer near side. Ring it up. Roy now against Hill. Roy dribbling left, pulls up with an elbow jumper right through. And Brandon picking up where he's left off the last 4 games. Roy has it against Richardson, 8 to shoot. Brandon drives into a crowd, down the lane, put it in, and it's fouled! 10 to shoot. Roy against Hill, around a Brisbilla pick, a left elbow pull-up right through. So the natural now with 13 points to lead all scorers. Now to Roy. Roy against Barnes. Single coverage near side. Brandon squares up. Roy takes the jumper over Barnes and Camden. Bounce to Stoudemire. Blake reached around, stolen. Now Blake, front court pass to Roy. Streaking in on Nash, and he lays it in. Turns in the lane. Rudy knocked it away. Blake dives. Throws to Rudy. Ahead to Roy. By himself. Brandon dunks it. Now to Roy. Three-pointer right of the key. Count it. Leaving his way at the foul line, cut off by O'Neal. To Brisbilla, back to Roy. Roy, left baseline, lean-in shot, got another one. Boy, Brandon Roy right now is in another zone. Roy settles it out front, 10 to shoot against Barnes. Brandon going one-on-one, pulls up a three-pointer, got it! The natural with 43. Roy back front court, Blazers look to reclaim the lead. A pull-up jumper, got it! The natural with 47. Back to Blake to Roy. Three-pointer for the lead.
Opposing players called him the toughest guard to defend.
That's a bad boy. I think making it the second time kind of solidifies yourself in terms of being one of the premier players.
In the 2009 playoffs against Houston, Roy delivered again and again. Those performances defined him.
Both ends, but this is Brandon Roy at his best. If you allow him to get to the rack, this is a guy who gets to the free throw line over 6 trips a game. He can go in either direction, and they put him in the pick and roll a lot. Why? Because if he gets that shoulder turn.
6th draft, 24-year-old that grew up in Seattle, went to Washington, and now has back-to-back baskets to get the ball.
Oh, it's getting louder and louder in here. This place will erupt if they score again.
Roy takes it in on Yao and scores. 6 straight for Brandon Roy. Yao, after being banged up the last 3 years, led all NBA centers.
You're in trouble. Now, most teams try to get into his legs and get him off balance.
Roy able to get the roll into
that.
Largest lead of the night for the Rockets. Roy in strong, got it to go, and he's fouled.
He has scored, has been doing this, getting right to the rack, and it's either hand. He can go left, right. Look at the adjustment around traffic. And this guy is one of the better players that most casual viewers of the NBA.
Unlucky draw getting the Lakers as the #1 seed. Brandon Roy was shaken up, but it may have wakened him a little bit. Portland, though, down big, 18 points going into the 3rd quarter.
Brandon Roy over Yao Ming.
Pass. And then how about this move, Brandon Roy? Equally good with either hand, right into the chest of Yao Ming. Making good decisions.
Oden sets the screen on Brandon Roy, rising and hitting the jumper. Roy able to knock down that jumper.
Opening there, the quick change of direction with the ball, one step past him, and his concentration and strength, the ability to finish. Final seconds of overtime. Down to 3. Here's one. In overtime, Houston calls for time. From the field, prior to this. And you can tell that Nate McMillan must have told the team in the timeout, if we get a stop, take it in transition, take a look to see what we can get. Maybe we'll get a better shot in transition than we would by calling a timeout and trying to run a set play against their set defense.
Enormous wingspan defending on the inbound. Alston gets it in. Here's Yao Ming with a fadeaway. He's tied the game with 0.8 of a second remaining.
There's so much poise here by Rafer Alston because he passes up the first two options, then settles to get to Yao. He had to have the clock going in his head, so he knew there was no violation.
Foul was called on Brandon Roy. Yao is an excellent free throw shooter, 4 for 4 at the line, and he has given the Rockets a 1-point lead. Portland calls for time. 3 points.
Steve Blake to not give him a good look at where he's trying to throw it.
There's Blake to Roy. This is for the
Like Brandon Roy, you're never out of it. As he just comes to the ball and elevates, gets his legs behind him, and follows through.
But behind the scenes, his knees were failing. Doctors discovered he had no cartilage left. The condition was degenerative. There was no cure, only pain management. Roy played through constant pain. Injections became routine. By 2010, the decline was visible. In 2011, at just 26 years old, Brandon Roy retired. The league was stunned. He attempted a brief comeback. He even delivered one final playoff moment. But the damage was permanent. Roy stepped away quietly. Today, his legacy lives on with the players who faced him. They remember his control, his intelligence, his calm. Brandon Roy did everything right. The clock just ran out too soon.
That's it for today's episode of Athletic Archives. If you love learning about the legends the world forgot, don't forget to hit like, subscribe and share this video with your friends. More hidden stories are coming soon. Stay tuned.